Hi everyone, welcome to the newest episode on the story of Chinese characters. Let's take a look at the first one. 对 对 Alright, the original version of this character looks like this. The right part keeps the same and the left part are actually a bunch of grass. And the original meaning of this character is to answer or to reply. And later on it's been simplified almost too much to this shape, and so let me just explain on the modern one. The modern meaning for this character normally refers to correct or face to face. Alright, and the left part is this one you to function as the radical of this character, and then when this one you function as a radical, it means the right hand. So left part is a hand, and right part is actually cun. It's a Chinese unit of length. And sometimes could mean the rules evolved directly from the original meaning of this part. So the original meaning of this part means the rules, right? So later on become kind of like a unit. So for the modern Chinese character, let me offer two pictures for you to help better memorize it. This is an Asian Chinese officer, and when they go to see the emperor, they will use their right hand, if you could see. Actually, normally both hands to hold a kind of a ruler. It's a ruler made of jade in the hand to report their idea or their business to the emperor. And sometimes they could write some notes at the back of this ruler just to give themselves some hint. And of course, nowadays they use something like this. So this one, it could both mean correct or face to face as a preposition. So first word 对不起. Alright, 对不起, that's quite simple. For sorry, you already know. And this is 对 blah 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 来说 means for someone or for something. And so here, this one 对 is using face to face or face someone to talk, so for something. And this one 对面 means face the dimension. 面 here means the dimension. That means opposite altogether. And the last one 对话 to have conversation. This one 话 to talk to someone face to face, right? Conversation. Okay, just don't just stare at the pictures and try to memorize the characters. Like, let's take a look at the next one. This one 等 等. This is the original character. The above part, this part is a bamboo, and later this is a mud, and this is a hand. So originally, this character described evenly distributed bamboo slips to describe maybe this is the Asian Chinese book, right? To describe the Asian Chinese book being cut very regularly. And later on involved meaning to wait and etc. The above part I've already mentioned for this part is the bamboo, and the lower part it's the mud plus, just to remember this one, cun. Cun from the previous character, that means order, alright, and this one combined is the modern Chinese character for tempo, and here to represent evenly. So the modern Chinese character looks actually like this, a temple in a bamboo forest. So there are lots of monks in the temple, and they are very patient, though they could wait. And for the etc., you could see like you count those leaves, slips of these bamboo books, so extra. And only one vocabulary for this character, that's 等等, or you could use it solo 等 to mean etc. Next one, 说 说, a quite simple one. This is Asian character. The left part means the speech, and the right part is to represent the sound of this character. So it keeps the meaning to explain involved to talk in the modern times, right? So the left part is the speech, and the right part to represent the sound. And apparently the character, the pronunciation has been changed from the traditional 对 to 说, right? And I have no idea how to help you remember this character, but to me the right part still looks like a bunny. see the very dramatic ear here and the perfectly matched geometric body and two giant foot. So this one sure literally to me like a talking rabbit. Okay, left part speech, talking rabbit, talking rabbit. Alright, so when you identify this character or you write it down, remember left part speech and right part, make sure you got the dramatic ear and dramatic foot and the square in between. Alright, this one 说话 to talk. 话 means to talk, the conversation, the dialogue, and 说 means to speak. So overall together means to talk. And next one 对 blah 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 来说 for something, talking about something, for something. Alright. And this one 小说 small talk, altogether means a small story, so novel. And last one 说明 说 means to talk, and this one 明 means clearly, bright, right? To talk out something clearly, to explain. Next one 变 变. Alright, ancient Chinese character, quite complicated. It means to transform or to change. The lower part is called pu. Normally it's a hand. It sometimes means punishment, and here I just like to take this as a hand. And in the middle, that looks like the Chinese character speech in the ancient time, and this probably to sing or to person. So for me, the story behind this character is probably if you pass some word from the person to another one, sometimes it changed. Alright, and the modern one keep the meaning to change. If you look at this with your imagination, the modern Chinese character looks a little bit like the bumblebee. See the head, the two arms, and the giant legs. Alright, so modern Chinese character to transform or to change. The above part is called the mian. For this part, this is not exactly this part. This two just to stroke. You don't need to curl. That's the best I could do using the Chinese input, right? This part is called mian in ancient time. And the lower part, that's a radical. Remember, right hand, yo, alright? And for the vocabulary, 变 means to change, and 化 also means to change, alright? A dramatically one, a gradually change. A dramatic change, a gradual change altogether means to change. And this one, 改变 means to change. This 变化 is a noun and this is a verb, alright? 改 means to change. Both of them means to change. And the next one, 更. 更. Asian character, the above part represents the sound and the lower part I've already mentioned, that's a hand, alright? And also this is the similar word from the previous 变. It means to change. To change. Let me just use one picture to help you better memorize the modern version. To me, it looks like a TNT. See, that's the button, and that's exploration. Alright, the dynamite itself, and these are the different wires to mean explode or explosion. Alright, and hopes you could remember this one. This one, 更 itself, is not a frequently appeared words in HSK exam, but this structure is quite important. If you put 更 before another adjective, it means even more, right? Next one, 地. 地. Alright, this is the Asian character. The left part, that's 土, means the mud, right? And the right part means something heavy from the heaven dropped down to the earth. And this original character means the earth, right? And left part is not hard to understand, but right part, the modern version, still I cannot find a closer way for you to remember this. This looks to me a little bit like the different layers of the ground, as the modern Chinese character normally represent the earth or the ground. Okay, I've already mentioned. And the right part is called 也 to represent the sound of the character. And this is another example. The pronunciation is changed from the ancient one to the modern one. Alright, and this is a very common and useful Chinese character. 地方. Alright, 方 means square, and this one 地 means place, earth altogether means place. And next one, 地铁. 铁 means iron, so that's the iron underground, that's subway or metro. And 地图, 图 means the picture of the geographic map. And the 地球, alright, the bowl made of mud, that's earth. Next one, 网. 网. And this is the Asian picture, and I think this picture itself explains everything, so I'm going to keep quiet for this part and just click. Alright, our first vocabulary, 网上. You do pay attention for Chinese, the structure for the location is the place plus the direction. Alright, so 网上 means on the net, online. Alright, so this 网上 is online. And if you put 上 before 网, that 上becomes a verb. So that's go to the internet. That means to surf on the internet. Alright, so pay attention which one is online as a noun, and which one, it's an adjective, or which one is a verb, to surf on the internet. Right, this one is the verb, and this one is the adjective. And this is a noun. Yes, just I prefer to call it structure. This one, 网站. Alright, 网站, 站 means stop, so this is the net stop website. And the last one, 网球, netball, alright, tennis. Next one, 雀. 雀. Alright, Asian Chinese character. Left part is a rock. Left part is a rock. Right part, this looks like a guy standing on a mountain and trying to smash the rock. So Asian Chinese character, it refers to a hard rock. Left part represents the meaning, and right part only represents the sound. Right? And later on involve the meaning, very firm or hard. So for this character, right part I've already mentioned, that's the stone, right, or rock or stone. And right part, this looks like a person, but actually this is not a person, this is the knife. But here, just for now, this is a person, and the lower part, remember, that's 用, to use, right? So that's a guy is using a stone. This is a picture of Chinese judge in ancient time. For a period, they use those stone to function as the hammer when they're solving cases, right? To represent they are very firm, or sometimes to intimidate the crime. Sorry, my pronunciation. And left part stone, remember, and right part 绝 to represent the sound 确, right? First vocabulary, 确实. 确实, 确 means firm, and 实 means concrete, so together it means indeed it is true, indeed, right? And this one, 正确, 正 means correct, and firmly correct. And 准确, 准 means accurate or exact, and 准确 means firmly accurate. Next one, 这, neutral tone, 这. Alright, this is the Asian Chinese character to represent a picture of this. These are two hands grabbing a barrel and put them into a well, right? Like this, to get the water. Two hands grabbing a grabbing a barrel with a line and to put them into a well like this to get the water. And the modern Chinese character is involved the meaning to put in, to touch, and later on lost the concrete meaning to become the function word. Contains the meaning of to touch and next to. Alright, so for the modern Chinese character above part, you could imagine this as the symbol of two hands, and lower part is actually the Chinese character 看, to look, right? So when you put in something, you grab them with your hand and you just focus on the object. So two hand on 看, that's 这. Vocabulary 着急. pay attention the pronunciation. All right, 着急 is different, and 急 means your nerve. To touch your nerve make you anxious. And 随着 随 means follow, and altogether follow to touch something with. And this one 接着 means to receive, and this one 这 here function means next to, so something next to this, following. Next word, next character 起 Asian character, a guy, and the lower part is to represent the foot. So this is a guy just getting up, and the right part is ji to represent the sound, right? But to me, this part looks a little bit like a so. So the original meaning is quite close to the modern one, to stand up, to get up. And when you get up, when you get up, it's like your soul back to your body, right? And when you sleep, the soul just dreaming and plus somewhere else. Ooh. And when you get up, just return to the body. All right, a guy getting up and soul get back. 起. So left part is 走, to walk. This part is actually involved to be a mud, and this lower part means your foot. You're walking on the road. And right part 起 to represent the sound 起. All right, let's take a look at the vocabulary. 起床, to get up from the bed. All right, 床 the bed, so get up from the bed. And 一起 means all together. 起飞 to get up and fly, to take off. And 起来 to get up and come, overall to get up. Next one. Oh, that's all for this time. Thanks for your patience.